For more on the events unfolding in Tehran, let's cross to Kamal Santamaria, who as always is monitoring the situation from our Iran desk in our Doha News Centre. Kamal.
Veronica, thank you. A few bits and pieces coming into us today. Some content starting to come in as well from our viewers in Iran, which is good. Also some of your views coming up. First, want to look at some online happenings to do with Mir Hossein Mousavi, the defeated candidate. Now, it's come up on his official page, and his Facebook supporters as well have put it up on his supporting Facebook page. There it is. That 70 professors have been arrested after they met him on Wednesday night. Remember, we haven't seen him since last Thursday, but he's been meeting people. 70 professors, apparently, according to postings on his Facebook page and his official web news service, that they have in fact been arrested. So there's a development to do with Mir Hossein Mousavi. Also, as I said, some content coming into us now, and this is a very, very interesting picture here. We have been able to verify that these pictures were shot on June the 20th, the day of the mosque fire in Tehran. You've got besieged shooting. You can see the fire coming out the front of the gun. They're shooting from the rooftops there in Tehran. They are also, if you wait just as the shot steadies, throwing rocks back down towards the protest. And as the camera pans down in just a moment, you'll see a group of protesters who've gathered on the streets there. You can see them now. They are, in fact, throwing rocks towards the besiege on top of that. So that's quite an interesting picture coming out. Open fire, open rounds being fired down towards those protesters as they throw rocks back towards the rooftop where the besiege is. So that video sent to us, it really underlines the role that the internet, user-generated content is playing in Iran. That's why we've got the Iran desk. Probably the biggest single influence, of course, is YouTube. But have you heard of its spin-off site? It is called CitizenTube. Just cut up the computer for a moment. There it is, CitizenTube, watching video change our world. It says it's set up more like a blog or a news feed as opposed to the traditional YouTube page, and it's exploded with content since the elections. We had a chance to talk about CitizenTube's role in the current situation in Iran with the head of news and politics at youtube.com, Steve Grove.
Well, CitizenTube is just sort of like a breaking news hub for us where we can aggregate all the latest footage that's coming out of Iran in one place and drive users there to find it directly. The footage is coming in from all over the place, so it helps to have one central location where you can see it, and then you can compare and contrast the videos together and develop some context for just what's coming out of the streets of Tehran.
And what's the traffic been like since the end of the Iranian elections?
Well, all reports are showing that YouTube has actually been shut off in Iran. However, a lot of savvy users find ways to still get onto the site. And so there's about 10% of our usual traffic taking place in Iran. But several people there are being really scrappy. They're finding internet proxies to make sure their videos get onto the site. They're sending video footage to friends abroad who are uploading it from their computers. Really, it's a testament, I think, to how important people in Iran think this story is and how they're really willing to risk their lives to make sure the rest of the world can still tell what's happening in Tehran, despite the fact that foreign media have been kicked out, rendering mainstream media coverage almost completely black.
But I wonder about legality issues, particularly for you, for CitizenTube, for YouTube, for Google, for however way you look at it. When I look at YouTube's community guidelines, it says, or it warns against posting footage of people being injured or attacked or perhaps worse. And yet that's exactly what is happening here. Is it not under the same laws as YouTube, the same guidelines?
Well, also in our community guidelines, we have our policies around footage that we feel has scientific documentary value. So footage that we think within the context of the coverage we're seeing merits staying up on the site. Now, we do warn users that you should take caution before watching it, and on several of the clips that are particularly violent, we have an age verification system before you can watch the clip. But really, this is the only way that people within Iran are having a chance to have their message heard, and so YouTube, as a platform for free expression, wants to ensure that we allow those people to communicate within the context of this story.
There you go, Steve Grove from YouTube there. More of that interview coming up in the news hour at 900 GMT. For now, I want to check in at our website, aljazeera.net/English, where you've been posting your views. Here's a few of them. Langer in the UK says the government of Iran is a matter solely for the Iranian people. Every people gets the government they deserve. When Iranians are tired of the tyrannical clerics, they will go the way of the Shahs, he says. Until then, Western supporters should talk to every Iranian they know to learn more about what's going on and to let them know we are on the side of the Iranian people. Someone calling themselves Truth in Beijing reckons if the Iranian government is repressive, why would they even have elections to begin with? They live in the midst of a non-election belt. They don't have to prove anything to anybody. And another pen name, Friend in the United States, writes, it was never about the election. It's about oppression and wanting the freedom to express. The internet age has opened the eyes of the world to the possibilities of what can be. So there's a few views. This is, of course, our page at aljazeera.net/English. Left-hand side here, your views is where you go. And there you go, your views. Iran, obviously the top one, and you click in there and you can post your views, read some comments that have come up there as well. And you can always post your own content as well from our front page and go to the Your Media link, yourmedia.aljazeera.net. So please do keep your vision in if you are in Tehran, if you're able to get pictures out to us. We're going to leave you from the desk for now. We're back at the 0900 GMT News Hour. That is in around 90 minutes from now. We'll see you then.